Ever wished you had a friend who could write like Shakespeare or, explain physics like Einstein
Oh, yeah.
and then tell jokes like a stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
Well, that friend might already exist.
Right.
Today, we're diving deep into ChatGPT.
It's pretty wild.
It's an AI that can do all that and more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having all the internet's knowledge like right there at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Ready to be transformed into text like whenever you want.
I know, it's truly remarkable. ChatGPT is a
Yeah.
large language model, or LLM for short.
Okay.
You can think of it like a calculator, but for language.
Okay.
Like you input a prompt and it just calculates the most likely response based on just tons of data
Uh-huh.
that it's been trained on.
And when we say tons, we mean huge EE.
Oh, yeah.
You think about like every book you've ever read.
Right.
Every article you've ever skimmed.
Oh, yeah.
Those random internet rabbit holes.
Yeah.
It's just like the tip of the iceberg.
It's just scratching the surface.
ChatGPT has absorbed info
Yeah.
on a scale that
It's hard to even comprehend.
totally. It doesn't actually read in the way we do, though.
Okay.
Instead, it breaks down text into these numerical representations called vectors.
Okay.
It's kind of like creating this giant map of language.
Oh, okay.
And each word is like a point on this map.
Okay.
And words that appear in similar contexts, they kind of end up clustered together
Uh-huh.
like cities.
I see.
So this allows ChatGPT to start to see the relationships between words,
Okay.
even if they don't look or sound alike.
So it's like ChatGPT is building a mental map
Exactly.
of the whole English language,
Yeah.
and it's figuring out like
Right.
which words go together, which ones don't.
Exactly. And this map becomes like the foundation for its ability to just generate human-like text.
That's amazing.
But the question is, how does it learn to use this map?
Right.
So imagine playing this giant guess the next word game.
Okay.
But on a scale, that would make your head spin.
Whoa.
So it's like someone is feeding ChatGPT a sentence.
But they leave out the last word. And it's like, okay, what comes next?
Uh-huh.
And it has to use everything it's learned
Yeah.
to figure it out.
That's incredible.
And it does this billions upon billions of times.
Oh.
Every time it makes a mistake, it adjusts its internal model,
Uh-huh.
fine-tuning the connections between all those words on its mental map.
Right.
Over time, it gets really accurate
Wow.
at predicting the next word in any sequence.
It's like learning to speak
Yeah.
just through trial and error.
It is.
But at like warp speed.
At an incredible scale, yeah.
And it works.
And the crazy thing is, it works.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
That's amazing.
Through this massive repetitive process, ChatGPT learns to mimic human language so accurately.
Yeah.
But here's the catch.
Okay.
It doesn't actually understand the meaning of the words
What?
it's using.
So it's all just like an illusion?
It's like a parrot that can hold a conversation,
Right.
but it has no idea what it's talking about.
That's both fascinating and a little creepy.
It is. But before we start picturing a world ruled by mindless machines,
Yeah.
let's take a closer look at the tech that makes this even possible.
Okay.
And trust me, this is where it gets really interesting.
I'm all ears.
What's the secret sauce that makes ChatGPT so special?
Yeah. What is it?
It's all about this thing called the transformer.
Okay.
It's this revolutionary type of neural network.
Okay.
Think of it like this super-powered librarian
Okay.
that has a perfect memory
Right.
and can analyze relationships between words like instantly.
Okay. That sounds pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But like, how does this transformer actually work?
So let's say you ask ChatGPT a question.
Okay.
Instead of reading it like a human would, left to right,
Mhm.
it breaks it down into these smaller pieces
Okay.
called tokens.
Tokens.
And these can be words,
Okay.
parts of words,
Okay.
punctuation marks even.
So it's like taking a sentence and like chopping it up
Exactly.
into little bite-sized pieces, and it analyzes them.
And here's the key difference.
Okay.
Instead of analyzing these pieces one by one,
Yeah.
the transformer looks at all of them at the same time.
At the same time. Whoa.
It's like looking at a jigsaw puzzle
Okay.
and seeing how all the pieces fit together at once,
Whoa.
instead of focusing on each piece in isolation.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it's not just processing language linearly.
Okay.
It's understanding the relationships between words in this holistic way.
That's incredible.
And to do this, it uses something called the attention mechanism.
Attention mechanism.
Yeah, imagine you're reading a book,
Okay.
and instead of reading every single word in order,
Yeah.
you could just instantly jump to the most important parts.
Okay.
The ones that really give you the meaning of the sentence.
Right.
That's what the attention mechanism does.
Oh, wow.
It lets ChatGPT focus on the most relevant parts of the input.
Uh-huh.
It filters out all the noise and understands the context
Right.
in a way that older models couldn't.
So, like, if I ask ChatGPT, did you see the baseball game last night?
Yeah.
It can figure out that, like, baseball and game are way more important
Exactly.
than, like, did or you.
It knows what to pay attention to.
Wow.
This ability to prioritize information,
Yeah.
that's what makes the Transformer so powerful.
So it's not just like processing language.
It's not just processing, it's starting to understand it.
It's understanding of, that's amazing.
Yeah, in a really sophisticated way.
This is all pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT breaks down language.
Yeah.
It analyzes relationships.
Yeah.
And focuses on what's important,
Yeah.
all thanks to this transformer thing.
The Transformer is key.
That's amazing.
It's a remarkable feat of engineering.
Yeah.
But remember,
Okay.
it's still just a machine.
Right.
It doesn't have feelings or beliefs or consciousness.
Right.
It's just mimicking the patterns that it's learned from us.
Yeah.
From all that human text it's been trained on.
So how does this mindless machine manage to sound so human?
Right.
That's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into ChatGPT.
It's a wild world, right?
Last time we were talking about how this AI, like, breaks down language, like it's a code,
Like a code, yeah.
and then uses the transformer to see the whole picture of a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still this, like, nagging question.
Yeah.
How does something that doesn't get meaning sound so human?
Right, that's the paradox, isn't it? ChatGPT is like,
Yeah.
it's like this master impersonator.
Uh-huh.
It can mimic human speech,
Okay.
but it doesn't have any real-world experience,
Right.
to draw on.
Yeah.
It's never felt like the joy of a sunny day
Uh-huh.
or the sting of a betrayal.
Right.
All it knows is the language that describes those things.
So it's learned to speak our language.
Yeah.
But it's missing, like, the emotional context.
But a lived experience that gives our words weight.
Right, exactly.
Imagine reading a dictionary
Okay.
cover to cover.
Okay.
You'd know the definitions,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't really understand them
Right.
until you use them in real life.
Totally.
ChatGPT's knowledge is kind of like that. It's
Yeah.
vast, but it's lacking those nuances that come from,
Living in the world.
from actually living and experiencing things.
It's like teaching a parrot to say, I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't actually feel hunger.
Right. It's just repeating a sound.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy.
But here's where it gets even more fascinating.
Okay.
ChatGPT doesn't just learn, like, individual words.
Right.
It learns the patterns of human conversation.
Yeah. Think about it.
Okay?
The internet is like overflowing with examples of how we talk to each other.
Right.
Like casual chats, formal debates,
Yeah.
witty banter, heartfelt confessions.
So ChatGPT has basically been eavesdropping on us.
It's like it's been listening in
On billions of conversations.
on all our conversations.
And it's picking up on all the subtle ways. We use language to express ourselves.
The nuances of tone, the art of persuasion,
Wow.
even like humor.
Really?
And it uses all that knowledge to tailor its responses.
Wow.
To make them feel human.
That's both impressive and a little unsettling.
It is a little bit, right?
It's like this AI has cracked the code
It has in a way.
of human communication.
Yeah,
Even though it doesn't get what it's saying.
exactly.
Are there limits to this mimicry?
There are, yeah.
Okay.
It's important to remember
Okay.
that ChatGPT, it's still a tool, a
Right.
very powerful one, but still a tool, and it has limitations
Okay.
because it doesn't have that
Real world.
real world experience and
Right.
understanding.
Okay, let's talk about those limitations.
Okay.
Like, what can't ChatGPT do?
Well, one of the main things
Yeah.
is it can't truly understand concepts that need sensory experience. It can write about the taste of chocolate or the sound of a thunderstorm,
Yeah.
but it's never experienced those things.
So it's like me trying to describe color
Yes.
to someone who's been blind since birth.
That's a great analogy.
No matter how good my words are,
Yeah.
they'll never get it.
They can't grasp the experience of
Yeah.
actually seeing color.
ChatGPT can only play with language.
Yeah.
It can't really get what it represents.
Exactly.
Okay, what about creativity?
Okay.
Can it come up with new ideas?
That's another area
Right.
where it falls short.
Okay.
It's really good at like remixing existing ideas,
Got it.
information, but it can't create something totally new.
Okay.
It's like a chef
Okay.
who can make amazing dishes by combining recipes,
Right.
but can't invent like a whole new cuisine.
So ChatGPT is more of a synthesizer than like a true innovator.
That's a good way to put it.
It takes all the info and weaves it together.
It weaves it together.
But it's always building on what's there.
Yeah.
It can't think outside the box.
Not really. No.
Okay, so ChatGPT's biggest limitations come from its lack of
real-world experience.
Real-world experience.
It can't actually understand the things it's talking about.
Okay, so where does that leave us?
That's a great question.
If it can't truly understand the world like we do, what's all the fuss about?
That's what we're going to explore next.
Okay.
Because despite all these limitations, there are some incredible things that ChatGPT can do.
Yeah.
Things that even surpass human capabilities.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Welcome back to the deep dive.
We're in the thick of it now.
We've been unpacking ChatGPT, like how it learns, how it mimics us, and even what it can't do.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
It's like we're peeking behind the curtain of a magic show.
Right.
But instead of a magician, it's an algorithm.
And what an algorithm. ChatGPT might not understand the world like we do.
Right.
But the way it processes information, it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah. How so?
Think about it. It can analyze like an entire library in seconds.
Whoa.
Pulling out key themes and connections. That would take us humans like forever.
That's wild.
Days, weeks, maybe even years to figure out.
Okay, so it's like a speed reader on steroids.
Basically.
That's cool. But how does that help us?
So imagine you need to understand like a super complex scientific paper.
Okay.
But you don't have a PhD.
Right.
ChatGPT could summarize the key findings in plain English.
Okay.
So anyone can understand it.
So it's making cutting-edge research more accessible.
To everyone.
That's awesome.
Or think about like legal documents.
Okay.
Mountains of them.
Yeah.
And you need one tiny piece of information.
Yeah.
ChatGPT could find that in a flash.
Wow.
And then all the human experts are free to focus on the big picture stuff.
So it's like a research assistant that never sleeps.
Exactly.
And is super fast.
Works at warp speed.
That's pretty handy. I bet there's more to it than just summarizing, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about its ability to mimic conversation? Well, that goes way beyond just answering questions.
Okay.
It can help us generate ideas.
Really?
And explore different perspectives.
So ChatGPT can help us, like, brainstorm.
Exactly.
Like, let's say I'm writing a song.
Okay.
About a robot who falls in love with a toaster.
I love it.
Could it help me come up with lyrics?
Absolutely.
What?
It could suggest rhymes.
Whoa.
Help you develop the robot's personality.
Okay.
Even brainstorm plot twists for the song.
No way.
It's like having a creative partner.
Wow.
Who can instantly access this huge library of knowledge and ideas.
Okay, now that is impressive.
It's pretty cool, right?
So it's not just about analyzing what's already there.
No, it's not.
It can help us be more creative.
Exactly.
But if it doesn't really get the world, how can it come up with something new?
That's a great question.
Like truly original.
Oh, remember, ChatGPT is all about patterns.
Okay.
It sees patterns in language, in ideas.
Okay.
Even in creative expression. And by combining these patterns in new ways, it can help us break out of our own little boxes.
Okay.
And see things from a fresh perspective.
So it's like a brainstorming partner that pushes us to think outside the box.
Exactly. And it's not about replacing human creativity.
Okay.
It's about adding to it.
Right.
Giving us new tools and perspectives to explore.
Let's start to see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff.
It's not about robots taking over.
Yes.
It's about using these tools to do more.
To enhance our abilities.
Yeah, and to create things we never could before.
Exactly. That's what makes this technology so fascinating and potentially transformative.
Yeah.
It's like this glimpse into the future.
Okay.
Where humans and AI can work together to solve problems.
Yeah.
Unlock creativity and push the boundaries of knowledge.
It's like we're standing on the edge of a new frontier.
It really is.
And ChatGPT is just the first step.
The first step into this uncharted territory.
And as we go into this new world, it's important to remember that we're the ones in control.
We're shaping its direction.
Yeah.
The future of AI, it's not set in stone.
Right.
It's something we're creating.
Through the choices we make.
Through questions we ask.
And the ways we use these tools.
Exactly.
That's a really powerful thought.
It is.
ChatGPT is more than just a cool piece of tech.
It's more than that. Yeah.
It's a mirror.
Reflecting our ingenuity.
Yeah. And a window into a future full of possibilities.
So many possibilities.
What will you create with it?